Blog Talk Radio.
All right, welcome to another Friday night Pajama Party episode. On your host, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
Jesus. Anyway.
First show of the year. Happy New Year. Yes, everybody. Happy New Year to ya. Do we have to? Happy New Year. Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man. Can you believe it? It's 2020.
I know. Like 2020 vision.
Well, some folk have it and some folk don't.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay.
How you, Poppa DD?
I'm good.
You good?
I'm good.
It's a whole new year.
It sure is.
Imagine that.
Imagine.
You sounding rather tame tonight.
Yeah, you know, just getting in from a snowmaking event.
Okay.
Making some snow for the ski slopes here.
Oh, my.
Oh, excuse me.
Snow.
You busy for the new year, huh?
Yeah, you have to.
My.
I can only imagine.
I know.
If you were involved in it, I can only imagine.
That's funny you talked about snow. I was in a thrift shop today, and I saw it was.
Were you making snow, too?
No, it was a box, and it said snowballs.
In a box?
In a box, but the snowballs were furry balls.
Oh,
I said, how interesting.
Why not?
If you want to have a snowball fight inside, have it with furry balls.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Whatever it takes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Cocktail's yummy.
Peach.
Yeah, we're going to get into that cocktail later.
Yeah, Kentucky peach.
Kentucky peach vodka cocktail. What you sipping on, Pop?
Man, right now I just got a glass of ice.
Oh, man. You waiting on the bartender to come through?
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe Mr. Lowe will show us.
All right. Y'all ready?
Put a call out for Mr. Lowe.
All right. Call out for Mr. Lowe.
All right.
Cocktails. Call us at 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
Press 1 to get in the queue, so, you know.
And bring the bartender.
Yeah, no, that's right.
All right. Let's get into tonight's rundown.
All right.
First rundown of 2020.
The best. January 3rd, 2020.
What you got for us tonight, Ketel?
Righty. Hot topics. There's a lot going on. Iranian commander assassinated by the U.S. That does not have a good ring to it. Republican proposes list of mostly white honorees for Black History Month. Really? Okay. And Trump money is buying silence. Our hit it and quit it headlines. Julian Castro drops out the 2020 presidential race.
Aww.
Murmurs group disqualified from the parade after members wear blackface. Wow. Illinois' lieutenant governor celebrates 2020 by purchasing newly legal edibles. Okay. And West Virginia cadets fired after flashing Nazi salute in class photo. Wow. What's popping with Poppa DD? Who knows? He might get more into that. Our weird news tonight. North Carolina family cooks frozen pizza and accidentally bakes a snake.
Yeah.
Psychic said girl was possessed, scammed mom of $70,000. And also a woman submitted dog urine during drug screening. Okay, I'm just saying with Redwine, just be fair. 11 for the city with Poppa DD. My Hollywood wrap-up. Also the cocktail of the week, which we're sipping on right now, called the Kentucky Peach Vodka Cocktail. Very, very good. Our kiss it list and the last word. Sit back, relax, get your favorite cocktail, and we'll be back with the hot topic.
Je suis Vin Rouge. This is Redwine. And if you haven't heard of the Pajama Party Show, you have been missing out. We've got hot topics, hit it and quit it headlines, what's poppin' with Poppa DD, weird news, and I'm just saying with me, Living for the City with Poppa DD, and the Hollywood Wrap-Up with Ketel, the Cocktail of the Week, my favorite, and the world-famous Kiss It list, and of course, the last word. We serve it up every week on A Pajama Party Show, and nobody does it like us. You can call us each week live on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern at 914-803-4306, or you can listen live online at www.apajamaparty.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at apajamaparty.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm your Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. All right, let's jump into these hot topics. Let's see. Poppa DD, you're up first. What you got for us?
Oh, let's see. Well, just in typical Republican fashion, it doesn't fail for the Republicans to start some type of controversial war to gain sympathy from all the people out there that are beastly, which is usually Republicans and, bullies that think that doing something violent is good and strong and American. But anyway, the Iranian commander, his name was Qasem Soleimani. They're saying he's assassinated because he's a public figure. He's a public figure. His name is General Qasem Soleimani, a senior Iranian commander and one of the most powerful figures in the Middle East, was killed in an airstrike on the he was at the Baghdad International Airport in Iraq. All right, and this was done by the direction of President Donald Trump. The Pentagon confirmed this on Thursday. He said the assassination marks a monumental escalation toward Iran. And it seems like Trump is just trying to also get his numbers up like Barack, when Barack was responsible for getting rid of bin Laden. So who knows? It could be a personal thing, whatever. But anyway, this strike was aimed at the deterrent figure Iranian tech general, because they said he had constantly was responsible for putting out different hits on American institutions and people and different things throughout the years as far as Contras and ISIS people was concerned. They claim he was the one that was the head behind it. So how it came out of nowhere for him to all of a sudden just be killed, it's just mind-boggling to everybody. It caught everybody by surprise. Even Congress and everybody, and the senators, the Republican senators, they were all bragging that we're big and bad, and all these guys are 65 years old and older, and they're all raising their fists like they're so tough. And you want some more, this is what the guy said from South Carolina was his name.
Yes, Lindsey freaking Graham.
Yeah, Lindsey Graham.
Somebody's plenty more where that came from.
Yeah, he's so topsy-turvy turncoat. Anyway, so all the Republicans obviously are in on it, and Schumer's saying that although the guy was a known killer and everything, but should have ran it by Congress and the Senate. America should know what America is doing as opposed to sneak attacks in the middle of the night. So everybody it's on the fence, But Trump is standing hard behind it, and he said you retaliate, we'll get you. But he doesn't realize that there's so many ways to retaliate, and people aren't just retaliating anymore through car bombs and all that. They're hitting us with cyber attacks and everything else. They're digging a hole in the bottom and letting the money just fall out of your pocket. They cut a hole in your pocket in the middle of the night and just get your money as it falls out. So It's so many things, and Trump's just trying to act like he's big and bad at this point. One more will come and get you, blah, blah, blah. Now, here's the same man that his father made alibi for him back in the, the early 70s or so, when he was due to go be drafted in the military.
Mm-hmm.
His father told the doctor he had some bone spurs in his feet, so Trump was excused from being drafted to the military. Now here this man is acting like he's sending everybody off to war when he ducked war his damn self back in the early 70s. So.
And they just deployed another 3,000 troops.
Yeah, another 3,000 troops. So here's a man that ducked the war, but he's sending people out there. Boy, what a controversial.
You ducked it, but now you're in charge of it all. Now, how ridiculous is that?
Who would ever think, right?
That's just that privilege.
Comes full circle.
But anyway, we'll see what happens, So, hide your wife, hide your kids.
Yeah, it sounds like one of those situations.
Yeah, it's going to be ugly.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully nothing, hopefully there's no immediate strikes or no sudden, we don't need all of a sudden big blasts and.
Well, they always say war brings money, so that's what he's trying to bring. More money, more money.
Yeah, but there's a lot of troops over there in harm's way,
I know.
And we don't need one of them to be dead, so.
That's true.
Yeah, the whole thing doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't.
Aren't these the same people that we train and help to defeat ISIS? Isn't this the same folks?
I'm not sure. It's a good question. So now they all of a sudden they want to get this guy out of power because he's killed some people. He's become too powerful. I mean,
well, he's the one running everything.
Mm-hmm.
They figure he's the source of it all.
I just think also too he probably did it because just to get close to that damn oil. He's one obstacle, and then he's trying to, put everything on everybody else instead of himself. Is going away from the impeachment stuff. So we concentrate on the war.
Yeah, that's true too. He's also trying to.
He does that all
cause
the time.
a distraction.
Sure.
Well, he's the king of distraction.
Yeah. Matter of fact, it was a woman that used to work for him. She was an advisor. And something went down. She advised him to do X, Y, Z. Of course, he did the opposite. He didn't listen. And he made her the scapegoat. He said, because of her, yada, yada, this happened, and yada, yada. She said, F you, and she left. Okay? And she was one of the main persons that said that's what he does. He does things to stray away from what the real issue is, from himself, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he'll find anybody to be a scapegoat.
Donald the Deflector. Well, I have some other national news, aside from the international news. This story comes out of Wisconsin, and this one is just another one of these that just, you remember Arsenio's show when he said things that make you go, This is one of those. Now, out of Wisconsin today, there's a lawmaker who's a white Republican who wants to mark Black History Month by celebrating 10 Americans, including a Civil War colonel, a newspaper editor, and a church deacon, all of which are, celebrated for their bravery, but most of them are white. And when I first read this, I was like, wait, for Black History Month? Why are you celebrating? So anyway.
Isn't the criteria supposed to be black?
That's what I always thought it was about. Okay. In Black History Month, you celebrate the accomplishments of black people.
Right. That's what you think.
Now, I mean, that's not to say that there weren't some white people who did things that helped black people.
Right.
But that's not what this time is for.
Right.
You can celebrate them than the other 11 months of the year.
Right.
But so he put together this resolution that was circulated that identified a group of people who he said were integral to the state's underground railroad system, both slaves who traveled it and the abolitionists that sheltered them. Now, this guy, this Republican, put him on the kiss it list. His name is Scott Allen.
Okay.
He says it's a sincere effort to salute important historical figures But several of the black legislators in Wisconsin are saying that it's a disingenuous effort, and it undermines the purpose of Black History Month.
Right.
And they're saying that, Black History Month is a time when you can acknowledge people in the classroom that you normally don't hear about and don't talk about. And they're saying this is undermining all of that.
It has to be African descent, though, right?
That's the way we always understood it.
Okay.
So, and here's the real crux of the problem. This is the third year in a row that Wisconsin's commemoration of Black History Month has turned into a partisan struggle over cultural appropriation, identity politics, privilege, and power. Third year in a row that they're bashing heads and struggling over what are we going to do for Black History Month. So one state senator, her name is Lena Taylor, a black female Democrat, she was saying, why should you be leading what we do on Black History Month? It's like, excuse me, Mr. White Man, why are you trying to run and come up with resolutions for what black people need to do in Wisconsin for Black History Month? Why?
Right.
And then Mr. Allen, this Republican, he's saying that he knows that the optics look bad, and this is his quote. Here I am, this white guy, proposing this resolution that honors some white people during Black History Month. And those are easy headlines to put out there and run with. And he's saying, but his heart was sincere. And then he mentioned that he's married to a black woman. He has multiracial children. And I'm like, cry me a freaking river. I know, but I'm not trying to hear that bull.
Are you serious?
Just because you married a black woman does not give you an honorary black card.
Oh, my God.
You don't get an honorary black card. Go sit down. Let other folk handle this. So the people that are on the list include 6 white abolitionists, 4 black slaves, and unnamed members of something called the Stockbridge Muncie Band of Mohican Indians. And I'm like, wait, this is Black History Month. I understand you want to acknowledge these white abolitionists, but if you're doing a resolution, I think you could have focused on black accomplishments. You can mention them, but that didn't have to be one of the 10. But he's got them all in the list. So Miss Lena Taylor, the Democrat, is saying, that this whole resolution is patronizing. And at one point, she actually was quoted as saying something to the effect of, yes, Massa Allen, you's going to tell us what we needs to do?
Are you serious?
Yes, she did.
No, she
so,
didn't.
of course, that didn't go over well. But that just shows you how deeply rooted this problem is. And like she said, this is the third year in a row that they've had a problem. So they went on to say that if this guy Allen was serious about helping black residents, then he could have backed other legislative efforts to address racial disparity, where there's problems to deal with the achievement gap between black and white students, and segregation, where you still have a deep residential segregation going on in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So they're saying, you want to do something, why don't you focus your energy on things like that and leave Black History Month alone?
I know. He needs to do something else. He needs to go.
Yeah, it's like they don't need your help to be all up in Black History Month.
Now, I would do like the Latinos, because they have their month too, or their week or whatever now. How would they feel when he would try to, bogart their time? I'm like you said, all the 11 other months of their time. Give us a little bit something.
It's crazy.
God.
They're going through some stuff in Wisconsin.
I see.
Now, last February, Republican lawmakers blocked the Black Caucus their Black History Month resolution until the Democrats agreed to remove Colin Kaepernick from the list of honorees, because he's from that area. They were going to block the whole resolution until the Democrats said, all right, fine, we will remove Colin Kaepernick. So they were pissed about Kaepernick, the kneeling, the whole thing. So that was the only way they could get the resolution through last year, was to take Kaepernick out.
Wow.
It shouldn't even have to be all of that. He's from that area. But they didn't want him to be acknowledged during Black History Month, the Republicans.
That's so ignorant. Mm.
So, I don't know how they're going to get this thing solved. Ms. Taylor was quoted to say, I think it's a reflection of how far we have not come.
I know that's right. I was just getting ready to say something similar to that.
Mm-hmm. So that guy, Scott Allen, is on the kiss it list.
He sure is. Big, bold letter, Scott
Nobody
Allen.
cared that you married a white woman and you got mixed, biracial, whatever you want to call them kids.
He black. A black woman.
Is that what I said?
Yeah. Married a white woman.
Oh, sorry. Married a black woman. And you got your little biracial kids. That's all well and good.
Oh,
But that does not give you honorary membership into the black community.
Okay. He thought he'd get a special pass.
I guess he did.
Well, if you guys got any questions or comments, hit us up tonight. 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
Press 1 to get in the queue.
Yeah.
If you want to join the conversation, add a little something to this crazy Stephen Allen or what? Okay. All right. We're going to get into Trump. We had to do it, and y'all had to give it to me, but it's okay.
Okay. Go for it.
Trump money is buying silence. Trump money is what we call it. Missouri farmer Robert Henry told NPR of the taxpayer-funded subsidiaries sent to him and other farmers by the Department of Agriculture. Farm subsidiaries have now hit a 14-year high after the USDA sent out payments of approximately, check this out, $16 billion, that's billion with a B, in aid in 2019 and $12 billion in 2018. The 2-year total of $28 billion paid to American farmers tops the auto industry bailout following the 2008 financial crisis by billions. Wow, that's a lot. Other key differences between the auto bailout and the recent farm subsidiaries, it was the lack of debate surrounding the payoffs and the fact that they were not authorized by Congress. Because your boy want to just do what the hell he want to do. Also, self-inflicted wound caused by the president and an enormous cost to the taxpayers. One would think the subsidiaries would be more controversial. The unprecedented payments are mostly compensation for losses incurred from Trump's tariffs. See, him and his stupid-ass damn tariffs with China, which has triggered crops to fall into value. But Trump is paying off those affected by his decision, effectively buying their silence, in so many words. The government is subsidizing farmers by almost double their losses from the actual harm suffered from the trade war. They need to get his shit together.
You said double?
Yes. It's $28 billion.
Yeah, I knew he was going to do that. I knew it.
It's crazy. So Republican Marsha Fudge.
He's trying to buy their vote, really.
Yeah, that's all. I agree with you, Papa. Republican Marsha Fudge, she's a Democrat from Ohio. She's a member of the House Agriculture Committee. Goes on to say they've already given out $19 billion to the farmers, but they're cutting $5 billion from the people in need.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I don't even know how to describe it except that to say that it's cruel. It is unfair and is clearly designed to support the president's base as he sees it. Yep. You were so right. Yep.
Well, that's a hot mess.
Yes, it is.
So they're getting all kind of money because of what he did to start with the tariff wars in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Now he made them suffer because of his tariffs.
Mm-hmm.
So now he's paying them, but at the same time, he's cutting benefits and the welfare program and all of that.
There you go, to subsidize this payment here. Like you said, like Poppa DD said, he's paying for their vote. You know, these farmers are going to vote for him, you know, to be reelected. Because they're getting paid out.
They're not going to care about farming much anymore anyway. Now they got money in their pocket.
See?
Because you farm,
Yeah.
your ambition to farm is to harvest and make money. Now that you're getting money from Trump like
nothing,
that,
free money,
now you're going to be lazy. You're not going to be enthused about
right on.
going out there and harvesting. Why would you harvest when you got big money in the bank?
Oh, they might sell their farms, you know, and do something different.
Yeah, and then what happens to the agricultural part of our country?
Crap is going to go up higher. you know, that's why.
Well, stuff already
Well,
started
it's gonna
going
come
up
in-
when
it's
they
gonna
started.
come in-
Go ahead.
It's going to
Go ahead, Poppa DD.
It's gonna come in from the Japanese again, or it's gonna come from overseas, and it's gonna be the same thing. So.
But how? If he's got these big tariffs from China, it's going to be worse.
Well, if it comes to something that we need, like vegetables, then, you know.
Yeah, but I'm saying stuff's going to be higher.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, I was saying that when they started with the whole immigration crackdown, they already started pushing the price up on a lot of produce because they didn't have cheap labor,
Right.
you know, illegal labor out there to do everything that needed to be done, out there working the fields and.
Because he's trying to send them back to their country.
Mhm.
You don't want them here. And we need
Oh, wait a minute. On that note,
Uh-huh.
I saw an article this week. I should have grabbed it because I don't have all the details remembered, but Eric Trump, not Junior, Eric Trump, the son, recently fired a group of illegal immigrants who worked for Trump vineyards. It was the Trump vineyards, and he waited right until after the harvesting and everything was done. Now, some of these people have been working and have been illegal for over 10 years.
Wow.
They've been working for Trump vineyards. But because all this attention to immigrants and everything going on, I guess the Trumps were feeling kind of nervous, like, I think we better clean house and get rid of all this illegal help. So they went ahead, and right after the holidays, when all the grapes were harvested, all the wine was made, bottled, whatever it is that they do, they told everybody, happy holidays, you're fired.
Wow.
And all of those illegal folk, they got rid of them all. And I said, now, that's some foul stuff. You knew good and well those people were illegal all along. Some of them, like they said, been there 10 years.
Right. But they didn't, you know, they weren't going to try to help them get no papers.
No, indeed.
They figured the cheapest way is just to go ahead and fire them and just hire, you know, who we're supposed to be hiring.
And they could have. It's not a hard thing to sponsor somebody. I've done it before. When you have somebody working for you, you can sponsor that person so they can do what they need to do to get their green card. But they decided, you know what, we got what we needed from you for now. We don't need you anymore. Kick you to the curb. Y'all suck.
Wow. That's sad.
They gonna bust the gates off of hell getting there.
Uh-oh. Y'all hear that? That's what Redwine said. Y'all making her mad. If you guys got any questions or comments what we're doing, hit us up tonight, 914-803-4306.
That stuff is wrong.
And press 1 to get in the queue. We're going to calm Redwine down, get her another drink,
All right.
bartender, and we're going to come back with the Hit and Quit It.
You're in the right place at the right time. It's the Pajama Party. www.apajamaparty.com. Produced by DC Homegrown Entertainment. Don't just sit there yelling at the air. You've got an opinion? We want to hear it too. Dial 914-803-4306. That's 914-803-4306. Don't let us have all the fun by ourselves. We've got room for you at the Pajama Party. And remember, it's PJs only, no clothes allowed. Operators are standing by. Well, they're lounging on pillows, but they're waiting for your calls. So call us now, 914-803-4306. Now back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party. Oh, you want to throw pillows?
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm your host, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
All right.
All right. Let's hit them and quit them.
Hit them and quit them. All right.
Y'all moving quick tonight.
All right, man. Let's hit it and quit it.
Hit them and quit them.
Catch up, Papa.
Y'all was dragging y'all butt hiney in 2019.
It's 2020 now.
It's a new year, baby. We trying to get it going. All right. Unfortunately, Julian Castro, he dropped out of the 2020 presidential race. Former Housing Secretary Julian Castro has ended his presidential campaign. His campaign said, it simply isn't our time right now. Today it's with a heavy heart and profound gratitude that I will suspend my campaign for president. Castro always centered humane immigration policy and insisted on decriminalizing border crossings. And he also was frequently talking about police brutality also. He stressed, he said, I'm not done fighting. I'll keep working toward a nation where everyone counts, a nation where everyone can get a good job, good health care, and a decent place to live. Hail to the president, future president. Maybe one day we'll be there. Castro's campaign never had the polling drive that some of his other counterparts had, like Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden. He was also notably absent for the last two primary debates after not meeting the qualifications, because they were talking about the qualifications for the debate for them to change them, but they were like, we ain't changing that. It ain't happening. Also, Castro was the only Latin, what do they call Latinx?
Latinx?
Latinx.
You are cut off.
Latinx, but it's together.
Right.
So they should have Latin hyphenate X or Latinx. Okay, anyway.
Remember we talked about this last week?
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
Latinx candidate running in 2020 and one of the few candidates of color who made it to the debates at all. Castro lashed out at the media for holding Harris to an unfair standard, noting that the senator was treated very poorly, before calling out the media's treatment of women and candidates of color in general. Okay. He was a good supporter. Hey, who knows? If he became president, maybe she would have been his vice president. So
I don't know.
Who knows? But who you guys like for, as far as, 2020, for candidate? Who do you like, Bob?
I like the gentleman, Buttigieg. That is somebody different, somebody younger. I mean,
Okay.
everybody around the world is old as hell today. Pat Sajak and
Vanna White.
Yeah.
Who would you have as his vice president? Who would you
I think Cory Booker could be a good vice president. He'd be good.
Is he still on the run?
Yeah, he's still in there. He's still raising money and all.
That would be interesting. How about you, Redwine?
I like Buttigieg, but I also like Yang.
Oh.
I think he's interesting. I'm not sure. He doesn't strike me as sort of a warm and fuzzy kind of guy. He seems like straight, no chaser.
Right. He gets
to the point.
Right.
Ain't got time.
Right.
To stroke your ego and all that kind of stuff.
But be his vice president.
Oh, that's a hard one.
Really?
I don't know.
You like Yang?
Yeah, I do like Yang. I like Buttigieg, and
okay.
I like Buttigieg, and I like Yang. I don't know. I don't
president,
know.
Vice president there?
I'm not sure who I would see to be his vice.
Okay.
Who, Yang?
Yeah. Because he doesn't seem to be necessarily the type that plays well with others. He seems to be like, I'm a lone horse. I get the job done.
Well, I'm the far right, I guess. I like not Buttigieg. Who's the guy? Sanders. I like Sanders. Sanders president, and I see.
You talking about that fossil? Bernie Sanders.
I'm talking about Bernie Sanders as president, and I like Elizabeth Warren as vice president. That's just my opinion.
She's
so old and older.
Wild.
She's so what?
She's just so wild. Like the way she talks is like her armpits is always wet and shit.
Okay. I don't get that, but okay. Was she talking to the left or to the right or too far in the middle? Where is she talking, Pop?
Anyway, I'm just saying.
I don't know.
Everybody got their own opinion. That's who I see. That's who I like.
Okay. Anyway.
All right.
Next story is this is kind of, I wouldn't say personal, but me being from Philadelphia, this happened at the Mummers Parade. Mummers Parade is a parade that goes on every New Year's Day. Mummers is people that dress up and they play banjos and they strut down Broad Street. And the ironic thing about the Mummers, when you're young, you see the Mummers a lot on TV, and they're playing the banjos, and it's a contest. Whoever wins, who got the best strut.
Right.
They strut while they play banjo.
Yeah, okay.
But the backstory of that is that toward the end of it, they get drunk as hell, and they got on that costume and all that different fringe and different sequence and all that, but they're drunk as hell. But this one particular group, oh my God, they were wearing blackface. They were orange and black, and they were doing a replica of the mascot for the Flyers. But the guys was walking around, and they had on blackface, vicious, all in their hair and their face, and these guys were drunk already. Because some of them just get drunk early in the morning. I mean, if you would go down on Broad Street and get a good front seat, you would see the drinking is vicious. It's just it's a drunk.
No, wait, I have a question. When you say the Flyers, what is the Flyers?
Flyers is a hockey team, and they're
okay.
orange. Orange is their color, and they were using the blackface because on top of their headquarters they got the mascot in like sort of a mache type thing. You know the thing you hit when you had the pinata where the candy and stuff come out. They got one of them up on the thing, and they had blackface on that, and the police made them take the blackface off the Flyer mascot pinata thing.
Oh my God!
But they wore the blackface in the parade, and it was just crazy. And the guy, but they got a racist overtone also, because when the cops told him, the guy said, "What is it?" He said, "We're wearing blackface because with all the blacks in Philadelphia, it's illegal to be white." You should have heard these guys.
So they weren't really apologetic about it.
These are South Philly. These are down home South Philly racist Italian people going way back, And then they got a gift because the old baseball stadium, Connie Mack Stadium, where the Phillies used to play, was in the middle of North Philly in the hood. But then they built new stadiums in South Philly around that poor white trash Italians out there. So now all their property value went up and everything. They're still poor as hell, but their houses are worth big money because the stadiums are right next to them. The Eagles, the Phillies, everything is right next to it.
So wait, they're saying that they were trying to appear black because of
they feel like it's so many blacks in Philly that they feel it's illegal to be white. So the guy on TV was he was drunk. He was drunk, and but it was a mess. But anyway, the group that wanted to form Philadelphia's annual Mummers Parade, they were disqualified.
Good.
After the Mummers wore blackface. So
bye.
So it's a traditional thing. I mean, like I said, from TV it looks pretty interesting, but you get up close, it's just a bunch of poor white trash strutting around with a bunch of, and then the suits look all nice when you look on TV also, but you get up on them and them suits are like 10, 15 years old, and they're dirty and nasty. So if you're going to see the Mummers Parade, watch this shit on TV, because if you go down there and look at it, you be saying, damn, these motherfuckers are nasty. So anyway, I just want to get that out there.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right. Well, I got one out of Illinois. The lieutenant governor celebrates 2020 by purchasing newly legal edibles. Illinois finally got on board with the legalized Mary Jane.
Okay.
Hundreds of customers poured into Sunnyside Lakeview Dispensary in Chicago on Wednesday, which was the first day recreational marijuana could be legally purchased in Illinois.
Yeah, they were happy too.
Yeah, they were out there like 5 in the morning lined up.
The girl was like, I can't believe I'm on camera and I'm about to buy some weed now.
Yeah, she's like, and I don't even care. Show my face. It's legal. So among that number of people was the state's lieutenant governor, who happens to be a black woman. Her name is Juliana Stratton. And she was there to tout the new marijuana law emphasis on equity, as well as purchase some goodies.
Okay, so she buying some stuff too?
Yeah, she got her edibles. She said, we believe that the social equity aspects of this legislation should be a model for the rest of the country. And she was standing outside of the store holding a bag of clementine gummies.
Okay. Where is this?
This is in Chicago.
Oh, shoot.
Illinois. What was
Chicago, Illinois.
Recreational marijuana was legal in the state of Illinois. But
she had her clementine gummies. And she said yesterday, well, this was on Wednesday, so on Tuesday, Governor Pritzker pardoned 11,017 low-level cannabis arrests and convictions. That's over 11,000 weed convictions got pardoned
Wow.
And she said that's just the beginning. We've got hundreds of thousands more who will be eligible to get their records expunged.
That's good.
So that's a good thing.
You can't keep
All those
people
folks
in jail.
that's been locked up for weed and now this stuff is legal.
Yeah, you can't keep them in jail.
So shout out to Illinois. They finally got it together.
I was talking. I forgot what state it was. They were talking about they want to overturn some convictions too. I can't remember where.
Yeah.
And they want to let out a lot of people that they were been arrested for marijuana. I mean, I guess back in the day, just like the alcohol, people went to jail because of that. Now they made it legal. So.
Right. Well, they're telling people though that you still got to be careful.
Right.
Because even though it's legal, there's still some things that you can and cannot do.
Right.
So they're saying that let's see, there's still limits. People still cannot consume cannabis in public.
Mm-hmm.
For example, in Chicago, violating these laws could get you a $50 ticket for the first offense and $100 for subsequent violations. And right now they're saying the Chicago police are expected to educate people that are caught breaking the new laws rather than ticket them. But that's just for the next few weeks.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so they're giving you at least a couple of weeks to get used to the laws.
No, there's going to be some folks, I don't care, I can smoke,
I mean, this is Chicago. Yeah. How many times have we covered stories about Chicago cops and what they do to brown folks?
Right.
So all I'm saying is if you're in Chicago, whatever you buy, go home and consume it.
Yeah.
Don't think you're going to walk down the street or stand in front of somebody's business. Go home.
I'll be in trifle.
Yeah, just go home. Be safe. Because they're waiting for you to cross the line so they can knock you upside your head and lock you up.
Oh, boy. There's always something going on with this Nazi Hitler thing. Okay, I got a story here. West Virginia cadets fired after flashing Nazi salute in class photo. Come on, you guys.
Fired.
They're talking about Hail Hitler, Hail Hitler. Jim Justin announced Monday he has approved the recommendation to fire all the corrections cadets who participated in a Nazi salute. Now, they cadets. They getting ready to be correctional officers. They participated in a Nazi salute during a class photo.
And they all been fired?
Yep.
Excellent.
The report conducted. Okay. The report conducted by the West Virginia Department of Military Affairs revealed that cadets of basic training now, Class 18 of the Division of Correction and Rehabilitation gave the Nazi salute after their class training. God damn. The instructor Bird, although Bird, another trainer, and one cadet were fired in early December, the fate of the remaining cadets remain unclear. He says, as I said from the beginning, I condemn the photo of the basic training class of 18 in the strongest possible terms. This is Justice talking, which he already got fired, but he condemned it. Also said that this act needed to result in real consequences, terminations and dismissals. Okay, so they finally did. They took your recommendation.
Good.
He claimed this kind of behavior will not be tolerated on my watch in any agency of state government. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. The picture of the basic training class shows 18 cadets, about 30 uniformed cadets, posing in their right arms raised, most of them with their hands also extended.
Yeah, so they doing the Hitler pose.
Yeah. So, crazy. I don't understand. What? Just crazy.
Some folks just can't get over it. That's all I can say.
I guess, where do they get this ideology from? I don't understand it. I don't know.
White supremacy lives on. That's all I can tell you.
I guess they, might say something about us doing the Black Power thing, but it signifies something, but I guess we're wrong for doing that too, I guess. I don't know.
Well, in their eyes, everybody who doesn't look like them are wrong.
Well, now, yeah. Well, if you got a question or comment what we're talking about, hit us up tonight, 914 803-4306.
And press 1.
Press 1 to get in the queue.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we're coming back with Poppa DD. We're going to wind him up over this break. Turn him loose. We'll be right back.
All right.
Your finest cognac over a glass of ice in a short glass. Goes great with Poppa DD's segment. Living for the City on Blog Talk Radio every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time or apajamaparty.com on a live stream. I want to talk to that Poppa DD myself. I'm going to hit him up. It's on 914-803-4306. Once again, that's 914-803-4306. And you should too.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. I'm one of your Poppa DD. I'm your Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, my darling.
All right.
Comment allez-vous?
She's still hanging out with the French guy.
I guess so.
Oh, that's for me to know and you to wonder. Ooh.
Anyway.
Ooh la la. All right, Poppa DD, you're up. What's popping tonight?
Well, let's see. What's popping tonight for me? We might as well continue the same segue on this situation with the cadets and the Nazi thing. You were saying what influences it. Well, if you see these gentlemen are so young, and being West Virginia, this was the influence of them for years. You know, this has been granulated in them. But the sad part about it, they're so young that they don't even know the history of the Germans. They don't even know the history of the World Wars or who sacrificed or anything that went down with hundreds of Americans being killed by Hitler and in different Nazi camps, and they don't even understand that. They're not even nowhere near knowing anything. They're just poor white trash that's been hearing stories from their grandfathers and their racist ass fathers, and they trying to keep the tradition going. And then when they go to graduate as getting a job with the corrections department, all they can do in celebration is throw up a Hitler sign, which is stuff they do all the time. So throwing their hand up like that is second nature to them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it just came so common. And then having white privilege on top of that, they do it so openly. I think as black people, we've always been told by our parents, when you go in the store, don't touch nothing, don't. So we proceed with caution in everything we do. You know, we don't even flex unless we know it. You know, we don't even. But people that had never been told not to do anything, they're wide open. Mm-hmm. They're wide open. Mm-hmm. I mean, I remember a time when, just to go back in some history of when it's still prevalent today, but back then when there was no cameras and people used to have to walk around the store and watch you from stealing, mm-hmm. you know, you would have a double aspect. The little white lady would go in a Rite Aid around the same time the kids was getting out of school, 3 o'clock or so, because they were being watched mm-hmm. in the store while the white lady walking around stealing her ass off, and she's knowing the managers are walking around watching the little black kids. And the black kids could be in there just getting some M&Ms or popsicles or sodas or anything, and the white woman's in there stealing their ass off. So we've always been the victim of circumstances where people use our plague to their advantage, mm-hmm. and it's so prevalent today where people still look and like, you know, we're always being watched. You ever notice when you're doing something somewhere and you're just unconsciously just doing anything, you look up and white folks are staring at you out of nowhere. You say, what the fuck are you looking at me for? You know, mm-hmm. out of nowhere. I don't know where you looking at me trying to learn shit, or you're trying to figure me out, or, you know. And then when you talk to them, they don't trust you until you kind of prove that you're safe to them, or I don't understand. And it's never going to change because the generations just patronize the next generation, and no matter, even all over the world, people are taught to watch out for black people. Mm-hmm. No matter how far you may get, as far as on the map, or how far you go around the world, it seems like the black American person, especially the black man, is always surveillance. So no matter what we do, where we go, get in a cab or anything we do, we're always like looked over, and we're the lowest on the totem pole. Even with our own people anymore, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, to walk in the shoes of a black man, you're scrutinized by everybody almost. You know, you're looking at people judging you, and you sitting there having twice as much money in your damn pocket. I remember one time I was on the elevator, coming home, going to the parking lot, getting in my car, and hell, I had money in my pocket. I had a laptop on my arm and something else. I had a $200 electronic watch on and all this fancy shit. You know, I had like maybe $1,000 worth of stuff on me altogether.
Right.
And this poor white trash ass woman in the elevator looking at me like fuck I'm crazy. She had about $50 worth of shit on her. And I'm saying to myself, well, look at you. You sitting there with nothing.
Right. She clutching her pearls.
And you clutching your pearls and your. You know, I'm like, what the hell? And it's so amazing because then it makes you sometimes feel insecure. Black people make them feel like they're actually a criminal in some respect. So it's just. But anyway, I just want to focus on that for a minute, just to know that even with the change of year, you know, don't change your observation with folks. You know, people are still checking you out. People are still envious of you, no matter where you go on your job and everywhere else. People are still looking at you and scoping you and listening to you. It's like they just, when we talk, they just want to observe what we do. They're just so fucking nosy on our lives and what we up to. You know, it's just, it's disgusting. And we can't really speak our mind because once we do, we're known as the angry black person or whatever. You know how it is.
Well,
so we gotta keep our culture. So I just sit back and don't even fuck with them. Anyway, excuse my language. No, don't excuse it. I said what I meant. Anyway, that's all I have for what's popping tonight. I just want to reiterate to stay black and be who you are.
I know that.
Okay, now.
Self-free.
Okay. All right, Paul. Oh, that's like,
Okay.
All right, we're going to lighten it up a little bit. We're going to lighten it up a little bit.
Dropping all that heavy knowledge and wisdom.
You know.
So we just go to the light side of things.
Yeah, we're going to do a little comedy here. What
Go
we got
to the
going
weird
on?
news.
Yeah, go to the comic relief.
Yeah, we'll go to the weird news. There's the weird news around the world. Stuff going on that's crazy as hell.
What you got over
there? It is crazy.
Redwine.
I'm up first. Yeah. All right, let me tell you what happened in North Carolina.
North Carolina? Oh, my people down there. Where you been there?
What had happened was a North Carolina family was planning on a simple meal of having cooking a frozen pizza at their Wake Forest home, and instead their night was ruined by a snake that had crawled into the oven.
Jesus Christ.
Amber Helm and her husband Robert were cooking a frozen pizza Monday night when they started smelling smoke. So Amber said, I opened the oven and I thought, is that part of the oven? Because she could see the snake down in the bottom of the oven. And she was trying to figure out, what is that? And when she looked closer, she realized it was a snake. Now, this woman is a mother of two. She said, I don't know how that snake got in the oven or how long it had been there. So her husband had to clean up the nearly 18-inch long snake. So the husband said, I put the oven on self-clean after I pulled that crispy critter out.
Oh, my God.
The group did not eat the pizza that night.
Okay.
But the entire incident left Amber nervous. She said, I have two little boys, so I'm a little concerned. So the family is now looking into having somebody come and check out their entire house to make sure there's no other snakes around in there. And they don't know how the snake got in the oven.
Lord have mercy.
But he sure got cooked.
Yeah. That's almost bad as, a snake coming through in the toilet. I mean, I can understand that.
Yeah, I've heard incidents of that. Yeah, on the toilet, and then you look down and there's a snake in the bowl.
But in the oven, that's strange.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. That was my weird.
What you got over there, Pop?
Let's see. I got something here going on in Somerset, Massachusetts.
Okay.
This is reported by the Associated Press. A psychic said that a girl was possessed and she scammed her mom from like $70,000.
Yeah.
The mother said her daughter was possessed to the psychic and got $70,000 from her to get the demons out of her.
Oh.
Anyway, this happened. This happened in Somerset, Massachusetts. The Associated Press report that a woman claiming to be a psychic stole more than $70,000 from a client by telling the woman her 10-year-old daughter was possessed by a demon, and she needs money to banish the spirits.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Okay.
$70,000.
That was a lot of money.
All right. Her name is Tracy Movowich. Tracy Movowich, 37 years old, of Somerset County, is charged with obtaining property by trickery, along with larceny and witness intimidation. Somerset police said in a statement Thursday, police stated that this all happened December 17th when the alleged victim reported that she was tricked by Movowich into handing over large sums of cash along with household items including towels and bedding and things of this nature in order to get the demons out of her daughter. She really needed, her daughter was acting crazy, and the woman said, give me large sums of money and I'll get the demons out of your daughter.
Wait, is she even
and she wanted sheets and towels and everything. The woman she was tricking, which is crazy as hell. Anyway, the alleged date was November 15th. The alleged date was November 15th when the woman first went to Movich's business. It was called Tracy's Psychic Palm Reading and Tarot Card.
That's where she messed
and Tarot
up.
Card.
That's where she messed up.
She said she was convinced to go in there and get her palm read, and at the same time, when she was drinking the substance, she felt doped up, and she was convinced to come back on other visits with more and more money.
Is that what the article say, Papa? You making that shit up? Hey, man. Hey, you looking at the damn paper. Okay, you just...
I'm imagining what could have happened. No, but anyway, the police said that they want to hear from anybody else who Tracy's psychic palm reading and tarot cards may have manipulated.
Wow.
Looking out for people.
All right, so if anybody else got tricked by Tracy, the tarot tricky girl, call the cops.
Hopefully she got her money back.
That was in Somerset, Massachusetts, was up there by where all the witchcraft and stuff goes on. So watch yourself.
Is that up by Martha's Vineyard? Is that up that way? I've never been. I don't know.
Get up there for
Okay.
I got one last one. This is in Pineville, Kentucky. Woman submitted dog urine during a drug screen.
Dog urine?
It's almost like, well, I'll read the story and I'll tell you about the other story. A Kentucky woman gave her probation officer a dog urine sample during a drug screening.
Oh, my God.
Julie Miller, we put her on the damn kiss it list. Julie Miller.
Stupid as heck.
40, come on now, you should know better.
Yeah, you're too old to be that stupid.
Was arrested Monday on the charge of tampering with physical evidence, the Pineview Police Department said in a release on its Facebook page. She also was charged with a parole violation and trafficking in a controlled substance. Miller admitted she tried to use the dog urine as her own sample given to officers at the Bell County Probation and Parole Office during a regular probation visit. Miller pleaded guilty in Bell County Circuit Court in November to a charge of first-degree possession of a controlled substance. Miller was being held in the Bell County Detention Center. It wasn't immediately clear whether she had an attorney to comment on her behalf. I wouldn't want that damn case because you're just stupid, lady.
Yeah, now you know good and well you're not going to pass off an animal urine.
But what would be the results of the animal urine? How would it come out?
The hormones in an animal are different from a human, so she would have been busted.
But remember the time that I think it was a ball player, he submitted his wife's urine,
his girlfriend's urine,
and the girlfriend was pregnant.
Mhm.
So it's like, okay, you can't be pregnant. So.
Yeah, they came back and said, I just want to let you know, dude, you're pregnant.
So I got her on the kiss. He's like, busted.
Oh man,
he busted like hell. But yeah, if you guys got any questions or comments on weird news, any kind of news we've been submitting tonight, it is up tonight. 914-803-4306.
There's some stupid people out here.
And get in the queue. I mean, you guys might know some more stupid people we can put on the kisser list. That way we can finish our kisser list for the night. But
you know what's frightening is that these stupid people are out here walking amongst us
Scary. That's
Yeah,
scary.
that's scary.
That's the scary part.
It's frightening.
Yep.
All right, we're going to take a break and come back with the red wine.
Okay.
And I'm just saying.
All right, watch out now.
Just be fair.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
You're in
We'll
the
be
right
right back.
place at the right time. It's the Pajama Party. www.apajamaparty.com. Produced by DC Homegrown Entertainment. Don't just sit there yelling at the air. You've got an opinion? We want to hear it too. Dial 914-803-4306. That's 914-803-4306. Don't let us have all the fun by ourselves. We've got room for you at the Pajama Party. And remember, it's PJs only, no clothes allowed. Operators are standing by. Well, they're lounging on pillows, but they're waiting for your calls. So call us now, 914-803-4306. Now back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party. Oh, you want to throw pillows?
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. I'm your host, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel
Hello.
and Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
All right.
And tonight, I'm just saying, be fair. You know, I know there's a whole lot of unfair going on, but I'm just saying, you know, we really need to be fair. So there was a situation that happened in Portland, Oregon. This black woman was checking in to her hotel. It was a Marriott hotel. So she's checking into the hotel, and the first person at the desk tells her, we need you to sign this no party agreement. So she was like, I don't understand. What are you saying? And basically, it was a document that said that you agree that you will not have, you know, a party, basically, or loud guests, anything that looks or sounds like a party, that you're not going to do that in your room. So she had never encountered that, never heard of that before, but, you know, she's trying to check into her room, so she went on and thought, okay, maybe it's just a new procedure that I don't know anything about. So she went on, signed the thing, because she had no intention of having a party in her room. She went on and did, you know, sign the paper. But then, out of curiosity, she hung around in the lobby and observed as white guests checked into the same hotel, same front desk, same person checking them in, and they were not asked to sign this no-party agreement. Now, I'm just saying, just be fair. Why are you going to single out the black woman and tell her you got to sign a no-party thing when you sign into your hotel room, but you don't ask the white people to sign a no-party thing? So what are you saying, Marriott Hotel? You saying that you think black people are the only ones who have loud guests in their hotel room, and other people who are non-black or non-brown don't do this? This is bull. Just be fair. If you're concerned about the loud noise from large groups or even small groups of people in a hotel room, and you have such a document, then daggone it, have everybody sign it. Don't just single out, oh, this is a black guest, let me pull out the no party document and get her to sign it. That's some bull crap. Now, this woman, you know, she wasn't doing anything out of the ordinary. She was just signing in to, you know, register or whatever to get into her hotel room and get a key. She wasn't coming in there with a boom box or doing anything. No bottles clinking together. None of that. There was nothing that should have given them an indication that she was going to come in there and raise hell up in a hotel room. But yet, they hit her with this no party document. So as a result, she has now filed a lawsuit against Marriott Hotel. And I applaud her for doing so, because that's not fair. If you're going to be fair and say you don't want to have people carrying on in the room, have everybody sign it. Don't just single out when a black guest comes in, or look at somebody and decide, okay, you look like somebody that might have loud music, loud guests, etc., So we're going to get you to sign it. That's not fair. So all I'm saying is if you're going to do it for one, do it for all. If you're going to single people out, then tear all that mess up and don't do it for anybody. You know, having to do that, she was saying it just didn't feel right to her. So when she went back up there to the front desk and started observing other people checking in, that's when she realized they're not pulling that form out for anybody else. And these other people, as they were signing in, were not black. And that's when she thought, wait, something is not right here. So she is naming as defendants in the lawsuit Marriott International, the Residence Inn by Marriott, and the hotel's general manager, whose name is Lee Lutjen, and whoever the desk clerk Doe is. I guess it was a desk clerk that she didn't know the actual name. So they're named as desk clerk Doe, as in John Doe. So the woman went on to say her name is Miss Gonzalez, Felicia Gonzalez. And this woman is 51 years old. So we're not talking about a teenager or someone who looks like, you know, they could be a potential problem. This woman is a grown woman, 51 years old. She was totally disrespected by this kind of treatment. And she was saying that it was embarrassing, it's frustrating, it makes you angry, it's humiliating. Why should you have to be treated like that? Now, this happened out in Portland, Oregon. I don't know. I know there's some black people in Portland. I don't know what the population is like, but, I mean, come on. Marriott, you ought to be shaming yourself. Mm-hmm. So I'm putting Marriott on the kiss it list twice.
Oh, Lord.
That's how many times Marriott can kiss it.
Okay.
And I hope that she wins her lawsuit, and I hope that she gets a good payout for that.
Yeah, they gonna
because that's ridiculous.
They gonna settle.
Yeah, but I'm saying I hope she gets a good payout. Yeah. Because you shouldn't be treated like that. Mm-hmm. You're a 51-year-old grown-ass woman signing into your registry or whatever to go and get your key and go to your room, and they're going to tell you, oh, we need you to sign this no-party agreement. F you, Marriott. Mm-hmm. All I'm saying, this is Redwine, I'm just saying, if you're going to be fair, be fair. Mm-hmm. Don't be singling people out. Your hotels are not all that. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
All right, Redwine.
Okay. I'm not staying at Marriott in Oregon. Well, I wouldn't go to Oregon anyway. Okay. It's just me. Okay. Nothing against the state, but I have no business dealing and don't know anybody in Oregon.
Well, unless you're honest, you wouldn't even drive through, huh? When you drive by.
No.
Okay.
That's like driving through the South. No.
Okay, I hear you. I understand. All right. Well, if you guys got any questions or comments, Redwine or anything, Poppa DD, I ain't talking too much. I'm quiet, so.
I'm just saying, be fair.
It is up tonight, 914-803-4306.
There's nothing wrong with being fair.
If you're already on the line, press 1.
You press 1 to be fair with Redwine.
Press 1, you'll come in the queue and you can say what you want to say.
Yeah.
Don't be bashful.
You can join in the conversation or you can have your own subject. We'll get on that too.
All right. Well, we'll take a break and we're coming back with Poppa DD and Living for the City on the Pajama Party Show. Hang with us.
I am Ketel from the original Pajama Party. If you haven't heard the Pajama Party Show, you've missed out. We've got hot topics, hidden and quitted headlines, what's poppin' with Poppa DD, our weird news. I'm just saying with Redwine, Living for the City with Poppa DD, my Hollywood wrap-up, of course, the cocktail of the week, and the world-famous cookie list. And, of course, we can't forget the last word. We serve it up each week on the Pajama Party Show, and nobody does it like us. You can call us each week live on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, 914-803-4306, or listen live at www.apajamaparty.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at apajamaparty.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I was biting on some fried chicken, as most black people do all the time. I'm Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
It's Be Fair. Bonsoir.
All right.
That's your new name, huh?
Yep, Be Fair.
Anyway, my segment here is Living for the City. Let me swallow here for a minute. Anyway, for this segment here, I just want to focus on what Redwine was saying, because I think that as I get older, and now that I'm older, I'm able to pull it off. And I hope that as black folks and people of color we really need to follow this lead, just like Redwine was saying earlier, when it comes to the expectations of what people think we're going to do. But as you know, deep down inside, white folks got more shit with them than we would ever have. Okay? They will come out of their mouth with some stuff that wouldn't even be on your mind. These are the people that get foreclosed out of their house and they pour cement down the heating system because they so pissed off they're getting kicked out of their house. They do stuff that you wouldn't even think of doing. Okay? Destroy stuff in their anger based on, whatever went down with them. But let me get back to your public outing and how you need to roll going forward. Just give you some tips of when you travel, okay? First of all, when we go to restaurants, I always have to be sat in the booth. I never want to sit at the table. Sitting at a table gives people in the restaurant too much access to me. I'm not really secure in my seating, and I'm in the beaten path of the aisles and everything. When you're sitting in a chair, you're not secure, and everybody around you is doing their thing and bumping into you and everything else. So I try to get a booth, a comfortable booth. Also, when I come to a restaurant, especially like a diner type restaurant, don't take my ass to the back, okay? It's like going to the back of the bus. You ain't got to put me right by the front door, but don't take me to the back. Because usually, too, even when you got to, because if you notice, always stay aware. Please, people, stay aware. If you notice, the gathering of everything when it comes to black folks is to always put us somewhere where they can keep an eye on us. Why, I don't know, when, like I said, white folks carry on twice as much as we do and twice as bad. So when we in restaurants, if you look, you go in your average restaurant at 2 o'clock in the morning, where are the black folks? They're in the back of the restaurant. And they love it because they think it's 2 o'clock in the morning, Some people in there, they just left the party. Some people trying to get laid. And they all back in the back of the restaurant. Yeah. But black folks, now the white management can keep an eye on the back of the restaurant and keep an eye on your ass. It's just that simple. Don't get it twisted. Same with your hotels. Okay? Now, I'm going to give you a tip my daddy gave me. God rest his soul. My father was a fireman. My father told me in a hotel, don't go higher than the 8th floor. That hook and ladder only goes up to the 8th floor. Now, I don't suggest you go to the 8th floor because you don't want to get on the hook and ladder on the top of that motherfucker. So try to go around the 7th so the hook and ladder got some room to come down. But I try to get on the 1st floor myself, 2nd floor. I'm old. I'll tell them I'm handicapped, anything. Don't take me past the 2nd floor. Don't throw my ass up on the 13th, 14th, 15th floor. That's bullshit. Please don't do that. Don't go that high. One, for your safety, because, see, if you're 8 floors and below, you can get rescued by the fire department. Okay? If you're above 8 floors, it's an inferno and your ass is going to burn up. It's just that simple. Okay? I didn't say that to be, morbid or anything, but, when you go in a hotel, get on a respectful floor. 1st floor. 2nd. The 1st floor is very convenient because when you roll in, you got your luggage, you ain't got to mess no elevator or nothing like that. Because, white folks get on that 1st floor all day. They want that convenience. Come time to leave, they just want a jet. And there again, just like Redwine was saying, when black folks check in, boy, your room is 1409, 1503, 1712. You know what I mean? Like, damn, what's up with the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th floor? Why are you throwing me up on the 17th floor? That's because they want to know where you are. They have a chart down there where everybody is. And tell them you're handicapped or something. But stop being a victim of the gathering because they're just inconvening you. Because they're making it easy on people that are worse than you. Man, white folks get shit-faced. They into pills and shit like that. And I'm not saying that as an exaggeration. That's just what they do. I'm not talking about them. I'm just keeping it real. And I'm not making it racial or nothing like that, but I'm just looking at the law of averages, the statistics. You know what I mean? Look at the kids in high school. Man, no white kids is throwing all kind of Xanax and all kind of shit around. They got all kind of stuff going on. That's just what they do, you know? And they just want that little buzz. They'll take an Alka-Seltzer and a Tylenol at the same time. Like, you know, oh, shit, that made me feel great. Really? You know? So just watch yourself. When you go to the restaurant, when you go to the hotel, request what you want. You want to be on the lower level? Get the lower level. Even tell them you're handicapped. And handicapped rooms aren't bad either. Don't get it twisted. You know, they may have a weird-looking bathroom, you know, and something may be a little awkward and what have you, but hell, it's not bad. Stay low. Stay low so you can be safe. Stay low so you can be convenient. You ain't got to deal with the elevator. You ain't go up high. Just request what you want. In a restaurant, get in a respectful area where, you know, and don't get put in the back where you're just a statistic back there and they got you in a gathering. Stay away from the gathering. You know, that's it for just want to lay it on you. That's all I got tonight for Living for the City.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Papa. Thank you, Papa.
All right. Wow. Thank you for that.
That's something to think about.
Yeah.
I didn't know that those ladders only go up to a certain height, because then after that they got to add extensions.
They ain't going to add nothing. No, they ain't going to add nothing. They're going to say they too high.
Oh, is that when they tell you to jump?
They're going to bring out the priest and say, you know what?
Bring out the trampoline thing and say, just jump.
They're going to bring out the pastor.
Jump. Oh, Lord. Pastor.
That's messed up.
Okay.
No,
That's messed up.
My father was telling us that for years.
Mm-hmm.
So stay off of anything higher than the 8th floor when you go to a hotel.
But you would think somebody would have invented a ladder, you know, to climb. But they keep making those hotels taller and taller. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the first place they put us. 13th, 14th floor, and we go up there all slap happy.
Yeah.
Oh, I
see everything.
Yeah, I'm going to be up in the penthouse. I'm almost up to the penthouse.
Not thinking if something, go down.
Yeah, if something go down, you're going to be stuck up there in the penthouse.
You're going to see all them little white folks running out because they're going to be on the first, second, third floor.
And you up there wondering what's going on.
Yeah.
I tell you, too.
Where's everybody going?
My recent stays in New Orleans and stuff like that, that first floor is sweet.
Mm-hmm.
You roll right in and roll right down the hall and roll right in your room. Ha! Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm just saying.
I got you. Hey, that's my line.
I was getting ready to say.
All right. Well, let's take a quick CC break, and we're coming back with Ketel and Hollywood Wrap-Up on the Pajama Party Show.
All right.
This is the Pajama Party on Blog Talk Radio. The Pajama Party is produced by DC Homegrown Entertainment at www.dchomegrown.com. The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the Pajama Party crew and you. So pick up the phone and dial 914-803-4306. That's 914-803-4306 and tell us what's on your mind. There's a big fluffy pillow reserved just for you at the Pajama Party, so call us now. And remember, it's PJs only, no clothes allowed. Pass it on. Log on to www.apajamaparty.com and click the Listen Live banner or call 914-803-4306. Now let's get back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party. Is it tea time, darling?
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. One who's Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. It's time for the Hollywood Wrap-Up.
All right. I'm making short and sweet tonight.
Okay. Well, take your time. What you got for us?
Yeah.
What's happening in the land of Lala?
Tavis Smiley is back in the news.
Uh-oh. What's
I haven't
he
heard
up
that
to?
name in a minute.
Tavis Smiley.
Oh, not at all.
You still got a show on PBS? Or?
Nope.
No?
I'm going to get into that, and they've been gone.
Let me shut up.
PBS external report. They did an external report details years of allegations against Tavis Smiley. In a newly unsealed report from an external investigator hired by PBS, Tavis Smiley is accused of engaging in sexual relationships with guests and subordinates on his now defunct talk show, with allegations that date back years and range from lewd jokes to unwanted sexual advances. After Smiley was dismissed by PBS following a quote-unquote trouble allegations in December of 2017, the network hired an external team to investigate the former talk show host. It goes on to say, on Friday, Smiley took to Facebook to address the latest headlines about him. He goes on to say, a weak case you play in the press, a strong case you play out in court of law. I look forward to my day in court on February the 10th, which I have finally been granted after 2 years of fighting.
Wow.
One such allegation detailed in the report comes from an unnamed woman who told the external investigator that Smiley sent her text messages asking her to, quote-unquote, hook up, and another alleged saying he had checked her out in her tight pants. Another incident detailed in the report comes from a woman who worked with Smiley around 2000 and stated Smiley grabbed her buttocks when they posed together for a photo. The woman also told the investigator Smiley brushed up against her, and when she asked for a letter of reference at the end of her internship, she alleges he declined unless she agreed to go to his home at 11 p.m. She refused, okay? Goes on to say PBS claimed that Mr. Smiley engaged in any harassment or any other misconduct or entirely meritless and a smokescreen for PBS desire to rid itself of its tense partnership with Smiley. So they're saying they wanted to get rid of him anyway. So more or less they're kind of making this stuff up. I don't believe that.
Wow.
Smiley was suspended, then he was fired. In March 2018, PBS said it found new witnesses thanks to the now unsealed independent investigation. So it sounds like he had this stuff sealed, but in their investigation, they unsealed it and found out other women had been complaining,
So how did it get unsealed? Is this like what happened with Cosby?
I think so.
Stuff was sealed, and then all of a sudden now they're going to unseal it?
Well, apparently who these people were that investigated him, I guess they got some kind of okay to unseal it. Because it sounds like it didn't say it here, but it sounds like to me almost like Cosby. He paid off some women to just be quiet.
I guess I don't understand sealing and unsealing documents. If something is sealed,
it's supposed
it should
to
be sealed.
Yep.
What's the point of sealing it if somebody can come behind you and unseal it?
I guess another court.
Bill Cosby went through the same thing.
Right. Another court or another judge could say, I'm unsealing it because there might be evidence to show like a pattern of whatever you being charged for. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that judge just say, okay, got to be unsealed. So.
That sounds really convenient.
I would love to see his day in court, see what's going to happen. February the 10th, and see who else is going to come out.
But he said he's looking forward to that court date.
That's what
is that
he
an
said.
actual court date or an arraignment or?
That's an actual court date for February the 10th for him. All right.
Okay.
Okay. In other news, unfortunately, crazy ass, the boyfriend of Bobby Christine, I don't know what happened. If he killed himself or what. His name is Nick Gordon. The ex-partner of the late Bobby Christina Brown has died. He was only 30 years old. Gordon's death comes nearly 5 years after Brown, the daughter of the singer Whitney Houston, Bobby Brown, was found dead face down.
Wow.
In the bathtub. That was in January 2015. She died 6 months later. She ended up, because they knew she wasn't going to survive, they ended up sending her to hospice after that.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Christina investigators with the medical examiner officer were not able to determine exactly how Brown died. An autopsy showed that she had, this is Bobby Christina, she had morphine, cocaine, alcohol, and prescription drugs in her body.
Good God.
But they weren't sure.
And they couldn't figure out how she died?
They were saying if it was accidental or did she kill herself.
Oh.
So did somebody have a hand in it? Her family blamed Gordon, accusing him in the lawsuit of giving her a toxic cocktail before putting her face down in the water. Gordon was never charged in the case. But an Atlanta judge ordered him to pay. Now, how the heck you going to pay $36 million to Brown's estate? You don't have no damn money. That's retarded. Houston brought Gordon.
That's senseless.
They said Whitney Houston brought Gordon into her household as an orphan at the age of 12. From reports, what I've read earlier, that his mother and he couldn't get along with his mother and his stepfather. So she kind of pulled him in and, kind of made him her godson or whatever, Whitney Houston. So that's how he came about it.
Yeah, but see, that whole thing is weird anyway. Because if Bobby Christina is your god sister,
right?
How you messing with your god sister?
They're not.
I get it. You're not related,
blood-wise, but
Yeah, but
yeah. And they talked about their romance and everything publicly. They weren't legally married, but they had the little wedding rings and all that. But I think he just thought he was just going to get a piece of the pie from either Whitney Houston or from Bobby Christina, and that never transpired.
Mm-hmm.
They'd have gotten married. Yeah, it might have been a different thing, but I don't know.
Yeah, there was a whole lot of conversation around did they really get married? Because remember at one point they said they were married.
Right, that's true. Yeah, but they just went on Facebook, showed the rings and yada yada, but on paper, no, they weren't. So.
Okay.
Now this
got an overdose or something?
It doesn't say how he died.
They still haven't released that information.
I know he went on Dr. Phil and crying for help and yada yada. And I'm like, I just feel as if he just guilt is just eating his ass up. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Between Whitney Houston's death and Bobby Christina, I think he had a hand in Whitney Houston's death. That's just me.
Really, Nick?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
I believe that. Okay, now this is a shocker. Hasbro, the toy company, acquires gangster rap label Death Row Records as part of a $4 billion deal. Toy maker Hasbro has acquired gangster rap label Death Row Records.
Hasbro Toy Company.
Hasbro Toy Company. The worldwide toy maker announced a $4.4 billion deal to buy British company Entertainment One. I guess that's who, quote unquote, owns Death Row Records, which produces animated kids shows such as Peppy Pig and PJ Masks, but also owns a rap label. Hasbro, which owns the rights to My Little Pony, Monopoly, and Mr. Potato Head, has said the company was looking to expand, quote-unquote, family brands and television production with this purchase.
Death Row?
Death Row. Death Row,
You think that's a family brand?
They want to expand their family brand.
Oh, okay.
A Death Row, was started by Suge Knight, 91, Dr. Dre, and, Snoop Dogg, all them were in it. They kind of changed hands, a few people's hands. They went into bankruptcy in 2006 because imprisonment of Suge Knight. He'd been in prison a couple of times. He's going probably for the rest of his life, though. That's sad, but he probably is. Yep, but that's interesting.
That's very interesting.
Sometimes to get the full rights, you got to go all the way to the source, and you got to just buy it all.
Yeah.
But that's such an odd combination. Hasbro Toys now owns Death Row Records.
I know. Interesting.
Yeah, well, they want the whole company, so they. But then it's funny you mentioned that toy, TJ Maxx. Yeah, that's.
You had one?
No, but it's popular.
PJ Masks.
PJ Masks. Very popular show.
Interesting.
And one last note, I'm just going to touch on a little bit. The R. Kelly thing, Part 2 came out Thursday night. The first 2 episodes of Surviving R. Kelly, Part 2, The Reckoning, Premiered on Thursday night, much like the original docuseries. Featuring 5 episodes airing over 3 consecutive nights. Lifetime launched the second season after the first 6-hour docuseries, which aired in January 2019 and scored more than 26 million viewers. Wow. Renewed interest in allegations of sexual misconduct over a decade by Kelly. Several of Kelly's alleged victims and their families shared their emotional stories. The Grammy-winning artist has denied, of course, multiple allegations of abuse, manipulation, and inappropriate encounters with girls and young women. Kelly has pleaded not guilty to a range of federal charges, including sexual exploitation of a child and kidnapping. Thursday's episodes include interviews with 2 of Kelly's brothers, alleged victims who did not appear in season 1, and supporters of Kelly's, including Lindsay Perryman Dunn, who worked for the singer from 1999 to 2007. I think some of these women have had children by him also.
Oh, God.
Here's one victim, Tiffany Hawkins, in Surviving R. Kelly Part 2, The Reckoning. Hawkins was an aspiring singer who filed suit against Kelly, as well as his record publishing and management companies in '96, claiming personal injuries and emotional damage arising from an alleged sexual relationship with Kelly, which she says began when she was 15 and ended when she was 18. Yeah. Wow. My thing is, where are the parents of these kids? They're 15.
Well, my thing is, how are they now calling this season 2? They're doing seasons of this R. Kelly stuff?
It's crazy.
That's what's blowing my mind. I'm like, wait a minute. Season 1 and season 2?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are just making money off of this.
That's all.
It's a network thing. It's,
right.
You know, it's part of the system.
Because it's like they probably have 10 different things that they're doing, but they're breaking it up. This is the first season, the second, like
yeah, they're just capitalizing on such a horrible situation.
And it's scripted.
But to say, well, season 1 we did this, and now season 2, I'm like, really?
And when you talk like that, that means it's scripted. It means that when they have a cast and a crew and lighting and cameras and the whole nine.
It's crazy.
That's sad. Yeah.
Wow.
It's gonna be interesting because from what I've heard, the brothers and also R. Kelly, they were unfortunately, molested by their sister. She's deceased now, but that's kind of how all this stuff started. So. And on top of that, Sony knew a lot of this stuff, and they kind of paid off some of the girls, but he kept the lights on. That's what they said. He keeps the lights on, so you go out there and go get them damn tapes, and buy them or whatever you got to do.
So they just keep doing damage control.
There you go, and that's sad.
It is sad.
So my thing is, if I'm R. Kelly, this is going on. If I was his lawyer, I would put in something to sue Sony, to sue them, the management.
Yeah, because if they were complicit,
right,
in some of this stuff, then they need to take some of the weight and some of the heat.
There you go.
But they got him out there dangling all by himself.
Yep. Like
sheets on a clothesline.
Mhm. Because at one point, R. Kelly had said to one of his brothers, "You take the blame. I'm gonna give you $50,000, buy your house, buy your car, and you take the blame."
About 50,000, a car and a house.
His brother said, "You got to be out to a cotton picking mine." Shit. No. But anyway, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. All right, Ketel. Well, thank you for the Hollywood report. And that takes us to cocktail of the week.
It's been quite.
Yeah. I think I'm about due for a refill.
I know, the refill.
That's what y'all drinking?
Yeah, Kentucky Peach Vodka Cocktail. The Kentucky Peach Vodka Cocktail is a lighter bourbon cocktail, so it's perfect for summer. It can be for winter too. Shit'll warm you up. Add fresh peaches and it's a delicious sipper. We're going to take one ripe peach. We're going to slice that. 2 ounces of Smirnoff peach vodka, or Sky has a peach vodka also, so whichever you prefer. 4 ounces of lemonade. 1 ounce of simple syrup, and 1 fluid ounce of Kentucky bourbon whiskey. Gotta have that.
Yes, yes.
And your garnishes are lemon and or a peach slice. I would take both. Why not? And that's called the Kentucky Peach Vodka Cocktail.
Y'all bougie.
All right, now. You say we bougie.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Because we like a nice, well-made cocktail.
I got my cowgirl hat on my boots. It says Kentucky. I done went to Kentucky.
Yeehaw.
Right now.
I'll say yeehaw with my pinky in the air.
So we'll have the cocktail of the week on the website. Check us out at apajamaparty.com.
Yeah, get that recipe. Now, that recipe makes 2, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, those measurements are enough to make 1 for you and 1 for a friend, with air quotes. 1 for you and 1 for
you.
A friend.
Don't have to be. It can be for you and you.
That's what I said, air quotes. A friend. All right, let's see. The Kiss It list. Poppa DD.
You gonna stop me from eating, huh?
Yeah.
You gotta work tonight.
Still eating chicken wings.
Man.
Tell us all about the world famous.
Well, the Kiss list coming up as a list of all the people that showed their butt hiney over the past week or so. And we name them off, and we got a song to go along with it.
All right.
And we'll kick it off with that lady Mufasi from the Terror palm reading lady.
Yeah, the fake psychic.
Yeah,
Tracy. She took a lady for $70,000 trying to get the demons out of the lady's daughter.
Yeah. Took the sheets and the towels and everything.
We're gonna
$70,000.
We'll put Trump on the Kiss It list for starting a damn war.
I know that's right.
It seemed like whenever the Republicans is in office, they want to start some crap to act like we gotta vote for them again.
So that allows
we
them
in
to
a
shoot
war.
money over to those defense contractors and stuff. Speaking of Trump, we want to add Eric Trump to the Kiss It list because he fired all of those immigrant workers at Trump wineries right after they finished harvesting the wine.
And that's something.
Eric Trump's a little stupid son, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Blonde
the one that Saturday Night Live be talking about?
Oh, they clown him something awful.
Yeah.
But yeah, Eric.
Scott Allen,
yes. That Republican out of Wisconsin.
Okay, but
that's trying to take over Black History Month and add all these white people on the list of people to be celebrated for Black History Month. Scott, go sit down. Also, Marriott Hotel.
Yes.
For asking this black woman, Miss, what's her name? I can't think of the lady's name, but asking this 51-year-old sister to sign a no party clause when she went to register for her room, but they didn't ask the other white people to do that.
But it's interesting how the assumption when they see black people, they just think that we gonna carry on. Like we got
exactly.
And and like I said earlier, the way that some of us was raised, that is not even installed in our mind. I mean, everybody get loose when you drink a little booze or whatever.
Precisely.
But
and like I said, she didn't present herself as some wild youngin'.
But just go to show you, as long
with a big old
present,
cooler and bottles clinking.
As long as you present that brown skin, that's all you need to present.
Yeah,
and after
that wasn't right.
You never know how you're perceived. That's the sad part about life. You could walk in with the best everything. Just had your hair did, your nails did, you're looking good, you got your makeup right. But you walk in the room, some people just see you as a black person, period.
And
it doesn't even
Who's
matter.
the other one, Ketel, you said?
Julie Miller.
Who's Julie Miller?
I forgot who she was now. But
okay, well, whoever that is, Julie Miller, you're on the Kiss It list.
Also, what was that?
I had another one. Lindsey Graham.
Yeah, talking.
Put Lindsey Graham for just what is the word I want to use? For trying to incite a war.
Senator from South Carolina.
Yeah, you on Twitter talking about this strike against the Iranian leader that was assassinated. Talking about, if you want some more, we got some more for you.
Yeah, well.
Why are you trying to goad somebody into a war?
Well, he's gay. We haven't linked him to any woman.
I mean, I don't give it whatever. I don't care what or who you do.
We've never
I'm
seen.
saying go sit your
We've never
crazy
seen Lindsey.
self
What's his
down.
name? Lindsey Graham.
Lindsey Graham. Go
We've
sit
never
down.
seen him linked with any coochie at all. He's always standing by himself with himself. So Lindsey Graham is obviously getting the salami. He's getting the salami in the back door. So go ahead and sit down, Lance. You notice you've never seen Lindsey Graham with anything of a female
all I'm saying
nature.
is, why you out there poking the bear?
He's poking the bear and he's getting poked by the bear.
Well, I ain't got nothing to do
Anyway,
with
let's
that.
get off of that.
Is
Let's
anybody
get off
else?
that. It's funky.
What we got
funky.
for?
Oh, wait, one more. Who was
else we
that?
Roger Goodell, Kraft.
Those cadets that put up the high Hitler
right.
sign.
Yes.
And the mummers in blackface.
Yes, the blackface bummers.
Blackface mummers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, y'all are tripping.
Okay, this Kiss It song, all y'all can kiss our. This song is for
we
y'all.
got a prize for everybody on the Kiss It Listen.
Kiss my entire ass. Kiss my Irish ass. You better kiss my Irish ass. This world, kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. You can just kiss my ass. Baby, you can just kiss my ass. Oh, you can kiss my country ass. I said if you got a problem with any of that, you can kiss my natural born redneck to the bone, ever loving country ass. That's right.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel and Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
All right, we had all them people kiss
What a
our
day.
complete ass for being asses last week, and
all of them
that's
showed
our
off.
song to dedicate that and to put their lips on our asses. Anyway,
Oh, Lord.
all right.
You're
Wow.
to the last word.
Last word.
Last
Let's
word.
wrap it up.
Wow. I'm going first.
Yes, you may.
Let's see. My last
Whatever you
word
like.
is, I tell you what. First of all, thank God for blessing me with another year of life. I don't know. You know, with the things that go on in your life, on your job, and things like that, man, you got to keep a strong head. You know, you got to keep it right. You got to keep it together. I mean, it's just, I guess the powers of other people really can influence you. You got to watch that. You can't let the powers of other people's, I guess we could use the word demons, you know? Because when you're trying to settle other people's demons, it could be hard on you. Because the one thing about us in our lives, when we're raised by people that have instilled constant kindness on us and have blessed us with all their goodwill, and then we meet people that haven't had that installed in them, it becomes a challenge because sometimes we just sit back and wonder, why the hell are they acting like that? Or why are they putting me through this? Or why are they talking to me like this? Or how come I can't get through to them? And there just got to be a blockage somewhere that doesn't exist. And they don't care. But people don't understand that there's two sides to everybody. And we try to restrain ourselves without telling these people that don't come to fruition as far as meeting us halfway, when we know that the other side of us can literally tell them to kiss our ass completely. You know, we can just say F you, and you know, I'm not even going to play your games, but we try to restrain ourselves. And that's God's beautiful will that our ancestors have instilled on us with peace and love. And it's a strong thing that we have to maintain, because every time we wake up in the morning, we're representing the people that raised us. And what we need to do is keep holding on to what they, and believe me, it's challenged every day. Your mother's love and your father's love that's been instilled in you is challenged every day. And you have to maintain it, because that's your only blockage, where people don't get in your head and you turn out being crazy like them. So try to maintain your mother and father's love, or your grandmother, your aunt, or your sister, or your brother, whoever instilled love in you, and put that shield around you of kindness and goodness. Try to maintain that, because as much as you think that you want to meet people halfway, and you'll be stooping down to their level, as it says, but try to maintain, because once you stoop down, boy, that's when you're going to lose your own mind. So be cool. And I'm just giving myself a little psychiatric help. I really was my own psychic just now.
Okay. Well, my last word is, to whom much is given, much is required.
Yeah.
I think sometimes we forget that when you're given a lot, you have to give. You know, you got to balance it out. You can't just be a receiver and not give back to somebody. Don't always go through life with your hands outstretched to receive, and you're not reaching your hand out to give to somebody else. And what we were talking about earlier, be fair. Be fair to people. I know it's hard sometimes when people treat you wrong and they dog you, and you look at the injustice of some of the things that we witness all the time. It's hard, but you can't let that define who you are. Be who you are. Like Poppa DD said, you know, our parents raised us a certain way. Don't let the injustices that we see and experience redefine who we are. You know, when you go to that hotel and they try to do some funky stuff just because you're not white, don't let that make you act outside of who you were raised to be. Because that's what they're waiting for you to do, so they can say security, and now you lost your hotel room. Now you're sitting out in the street. You got nowhere to be, and you're all jacked up because you decided you're going to show off and try to tell them something, but they're holding all the cards. So we still got to be cool. You know, I know you want to go off, but just keep that in mind. To whom much is given, much is required. And that doesn't always mean physical things. Sometimes it just means attitude. You know, we've been given so much love. You got to give that love. That's all I'm saying. Over to you, Ketel.
Man.
Man, we deep tonight.
I see.
Woo. No. It's this Kentucky beat.
Is that what it is?
It's this Ciroc Brown.
Yeah.
Woo!
Well.
Wow.
Well, I have to say, it's a blessing to get in this next year, which is 2020. And we're going to make the best of it. Unfortunately, we lost some in 2019, but that doesn't mean that we're not supposed to keep moving. We're supposed to keep moving because that's a part of life. Birth and death is a part of life, but it's just that in between those dashes is what's the most important thing. So, you know, what you do with your life, that's most important. And I always say we're here 85% of the time for other people and 15% here for ourselves. So people just keep that in mind, you know.
Right now. Right. Well, we want to thank everybody for hanging out with us tonight. Shout out to Cali. Shout out to Philly. Shout out to D.C., Maryland, Virginia, and all points in between. North Carolina. I peeped. Shout out to the sister who got disrespected out in Portland, Oregon. We just want to say thanks for keeping us as part of your Friday night. Tell a friend. Check us out at apajamaparty.com. Thanks to our parent company, DC Homegrown, who keeps us on the airwaves. We appreciate you guys so very much. And Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Happy new decade. This is not,
right.
Even though these numbers is rolling
right.
through, you know, just for 1 second, it's so ironic that the years and the dates is rolling so fast that we're forgetting the significance. And now that we lost the 19s, we don't even see the connections anymore, because we were so used to, especially people of a certain age, we were used to the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and then we saw the decades, but we just left a decade.
Yeah, now we're in the 20s.
We were always, you know, and God bless Prince. God bless Prince for first talking about 19.
That's your boy.
God bless Prince for first bringing to our attention 1999.
Yeah.
You know, they say 2000, party over, we're out of time.
Out of time.
Tonight we're going to party like it's 1999.
All right.
And now it has been 20 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We have gone into the millennium, and anybody born in the year 2000 is now 20 years old. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Okay? Where are we gone?
Yep.
And we're here.
Where are we going?
So, yeah.
That's the key
Just
thing.
stay healthy.
All right.
Time is just marching, I tell you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to say goodnight, and we'll do it all over again next Friday night. Thanks for being with us for our first show of the new decade. We appreciate that. And like I said, you can check us out online at pajamaparty.com. And
Cocktails of the week. You can listen to some old segments. I'm telling you, if you're listening, it's going to crack you up. If you're having a bad day, listen to the Pajama Party.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we're getting ready to launch a new YouTube channel where you can check us out there as well.
Yep.
So we'll keep you posted when we get that ready for you. So with that, we will say goodnight. Say goodnight, Papa.
Good night.
And Ketel.
Good night.
And this is Redwine. Bonsoir. Till next Friday night. We're out.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so.
I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of jazz.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko. Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.
Pajama Party, bonus that day.